Good morning and welcome to Let's Blindly Play Pokemon FireRed version while taking the Nuzlocke challenge. Or for short, Let's Nuzlocke FireRed. I'll talk about the challenge later on once it actually applies. For now, it's time to focus on the just playing. Blah blah blah. The controls explained. And all that other jazz. There's really nothing special to worry about on this. I mean, you just kinda... People are affectionately referred to as the Pokemon Professor. Yeah, that's kind of gross. Of course, you're not really as old as you're usually portrayed to be, considering that you have, like, goldish type of hair instead of gray hair for some reason. Weird. Anyway, to be a dude, because I'm a dude, obviously. I'm just going to use my typical username for this. And yes, for the one of you that actually watched the previous version, yes, this is a restart, but I'm going to do things mostly the same as before, and hope it kind of mildly works out. We'll see how my luck works. Anyway, and as before, I'm going to name him Purple because last time it was like, I can't name him Green or Gary because he doesn't really look like one. And then Top said name him Gray. And I said no, I'm going to just use the first unused color that popped into my head, which is purple. There aren't that many unused colors anymore, actually. Now that they announced black and white, anyway. Yes, it was purple, because he's wearing purple pants! Anyway. But enough about this game, let's talk about me. I mean, what? Okay, I don't actually know how many parts of this I'm going to do this week. Classic potion. But after that, I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks again. So don't expect this to be, like, terribly well updated at first. Why would you want help? Mom, I can't figure out how to stop watching TV. Oh no. Like, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, and the main topic of conversation will probably be my platinum hack, which is a kind of going slowly since for some reason Notepad of all things is giving me problems because you need to use Notepad to edit the dialogue, and that will be the main thing I'll change. I'll change also like some character sprites and where things appear, yeah, so that you can get every Pokemon in it, even though it's a ROM and there's no trading or anything. But yeah, right now my mission is to just to kind of start doing the dialogue. And Oh yeah, Bulbasaurus first. Yeah, actually I do, because I kind of wanted to, get the thing that would help the most. And just as before, I'm going to name him Stumpy. Stumpy! Woody puppity corny shrimpy! For some reason I just randomly thought of that. Anyway. I'm just trying to get the beginning dialogue. And after kind of just looking at the beginning dialogue again, I decided to kind of have a slight Phoenix Wright type of theme with the hack, because it's on Platinum, and I think the main character in that kind of looks like a young Miles Edgeworth. Oh, shut up, Professor. Anyway, he looks like a young Miles Edgeworth. Plus, the first time you actually see Professor Rowan, like, interacting between you and your character, the very first thing he says is, "Hold it!" So, therefore, obviously that the whole thing is a Phoenix Wright reference, right? 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 At least I like to think it is. Aw, come on. My lucky critical hit almost didn't do very much for me. I like how if you win, you always level up. Do 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 do. No, you kinda didn't. I would have annihilated Squirtle too. Blah blah blah. Okay, Oak. I don't really need your advice on how to battle Pokemon. It's already, like, excessively obvious. I've always wondered what would happen if I had lost that battle, because in a Nuzlocke challenge, one of the rules is that if your Pokemon faints, you never get to use it again. So if all your Pokemon faint, what happens then? Do you just, like, explode and then never use it again? Or, I mean, play the game again? Or what? The other rule is that on every route, you can only catch the first thing you encounter. Sure, whatever. Anyway. What was I saying? Will you stop distracting me from what I was saying? Okay, oh yeah, the Nuzlocke. First thing you encounter on each route is the only thing you can catch, but I am not going to. I decided that I'm not going to count this as a first encounter because I don't have Pokeballs yet, so it's kind of moot, I guess you could say. I always thought the word moot was kind of weird. Because it rhymes with boot, and it's like the only thing I can think of that both rhymes and is spelled like boot. So I always associate it with boots. Like, there's, I guess there's hoot. That's a completely different thing. Don't die, Stumpy, please. Okay, good. Thank you for not dying. Hooray! I survived and I learned the leech seed. Well, I didn't. I mean, I did survive, but I didn't learn leech seed. Stumpy did. Good job, Stumpy. You're a great kid. I mean, what? Just for that, I am going to give you a healing. Isn't that exciting? Hey, kind of about time. No, brother. Oh, great. The order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? Oh, it's Oak's parcel. Interesting. I guess I shall have to take it back to the beginning, and I always get confused. Well, I used to get confused by how this worked, but since I did, like, part of the beginning of this, like, this before, I kind of remember how it works now, but I somehow managed to usually get the different generations confused on how the initial, oh look, you have to go back to town to communicate with something for some reason type of thing, and special delivery. Everything has it, but they tend to remix it in more recent generations. And mostly I had just forgotten what the requirements were before someone or other handed you Pokeballs. Because in the original version, or maybe it was just in yellow, you have to actually fight Purple on... Well, I guess you could call him Green back then because he looked like green. And yeah, I'm referring to him by his Japanese manga name because Japanese stuff is better. Anyway, in that you had to actually fight him again at the Indigo Plateau before anyone would give you 5 Pokeballs, at least if I remember right. But in this one, you just get them automatically, I'm pretty sure, as you go through this part. Yep, 5 Pokeballs. And what Pokeballs they shall be. And I have a tendency to forget to get the town map, or maybe it's just that I am used to the original, where you don't really have a lot of item room at all. Lazy. And it just wasn't very useful to me because I already know Kanto like extremely well, unless there's like any like extremely large difference in this particular game. It doesn't look like they changed anything majorly, so it's pretty much exactly the same, so I don't actually need the town map, but since it goes in the key items pocket, it should not be an issue on my bag space.